What's up, guys? Welcome back to All Wings Everything. Yes, you are back in my kitchen with your boy Spinelli for another easy and delicious recipe. You can't forget the delicious because that's the most important part of this video. Now, in today's video is the start of a series I call Dinner for Two. Now, this idea was recommended to me by a subscriber of mine. Forgive me, I forgot her name, but thank you for the recommendation. So guys, if you want to show off for that significant other, you want to pay attention to these Dinner for Two recipes. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you guys how to make cheesy garlic burgers. Man, when I tell you this is delicious, hey, you and your significant other will be impressed. So I hope in your kitchen, I'm already in mine, so let's go. All right, so here are the ingredients we're gonna use for today's recipe. Let me tell you what we have. We're gonna use some ground beef, black pepper, hot sauce. Now you can use any type of hot sauce of your choosing. I have this Zatarain Cajun hot sauce, so I'm using this. Red pepper flakes, Italian seasoning, salt. Right here we're gonna use some steak seasoning. So I have this Weber's Chicago steak seasoning, but you can use any type of steak seasoning you want. Some Linguini Pasta. Right here I have some Colby Jack Cheese, butter, 1 lemon. Right here I have a Beef Bullion, garlic cloves, and some fresh parsley. Now with the cheese, guys, if you want to use cheddar cheese, you can also use cheddar cheese. If you want to use provolone or you want to use mozzarella, it's totally up to you. But I'm gonna use some of this Colby Jack. So these are the ingredients, guys. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I've measured out the ingredients. Let me tell you what I have here. So right here I have about 1.25 pounds of ground beef. I have about 6 slices of that Colby Jack cheese. I have the juice of half a lemon here. Right here I have 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, tablespoon of this steak seasoning, teaspoon of beef bouillon. I have a tablespoon of hot sauce, have 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Right here I have a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. I have 5 garlic cloves minced, 1/2 cup of fresh parsley, and I have 4 tablespoons of butter divided. And don't forget, guys, I have my linguine here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cook this according to the package. We're gonna use about 8 ounces. Right here is about 14 ounces, but we're gonna use about 8 ounces. Cook it according to the package. So I'm not gonna show you guys how to do that. You ought to know how to do that. So these are the ingredients. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is prepare our ground beef. Now, guys, I did forget to mention about the red chili flakes. So we are going to use those red chili flakes. So we're going to start by adding some of our dry ingredients, not all of them. So I'm going to start with our red chili flakes. Now, guys, this is optional. If you don't want to use red chili flakes, that's fine. You do not have to. And then we're going to put our garlic in there. Matter of fact, we're using half of that garlic, guys. So out of those 5 garlic cloves I've had, divided in half, use only half of those garlic cloves chopped. And also same thing with your fresh parsley. Use 1/4 cup for this step. You're going to use the other remaining 1/4 of the cup further in the recipe, should I say. Next, you want to add your bouillon, your steak seasoning, and your black pepper. Man, look at that color on that. And what you're going to do is you're going to get this, guys, a good mix like this. And of course, if you want to use your hands, you can. I'm going to mix it here with this spoon. Guys, take a look at that. Awesome. All right, let's go on to the next step. All right, so what we're gonna do in this next step is prepare our patties. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna divide this out into like 8 beef balls, and then we're gonna make them into patties. All right, so what you wanna do is you wanna, you can measure it out if you want to. I'm gonna kind of use my hand to kind of, gauge it. And once I get it, I'm just gonna sit the balls over here on my cutting board. And I'm gonna continue to do that until I get about 8. And then what I'll do after that is I'll start kind of measuring out to see if I got them all equal sizes, because we definitely want them to be all equal sizes. All right, so once I do that, guys, I'll be right back. All right, so now that I've formed these 8 balls, so what you wanna do, you're just gonna take your patty and you're just gonna, press it down into a nice size patty like this. And you can also use a presser too. So something like that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add it right here on my plate. All right, so it'll look something like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of them and I'll be right back. All right guys, so this is what we have right here. Take a look at that. Man, take a look at that. Man, look at all that flavor in there. You can already tell that this is gonna have so much flavor. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start building our beef burgers or patties. So let me show you how we're gonna do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of our patties. I'm gonna take another one and another one and another one. Next we're gonna do is we're gonna take a whole piece of Colby Jack cheese on top of that one, on top of each one of them. Now guys, you could just leave it at that if you want to, but remember I'm using 6 slices, so I got 2 more of these round slices. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go half at it like that, and I'm just gonna put me another layer on each one of them. I want them cheesy. Can never go wrong with cheesy. But you don't have to do this, you can just use that one piece like that. And we're gonna come back across and hit it with that piece of patty. Same here, just like that. Bam, just like that. Bam, just like that. All right, so this is what we have. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to prepare our skillet so we can go ahead and get these babies in the skillet. So until then, I'll be right back. All right, so we're gonna start preparing our patties. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna melt about 2 tablespoons of butter. And once we get this up to temperature, what we're gonna do is we're going to start placing our patties in here. All right, so now that our butter has melted, what I'm gonna do is start adding our patties, and we should be able to fit all 4, our pan. And let me turn the heat up on that a little bit. We're gonna cook these for like 4 to 5 minutes per side to whatever your desired doneness is for you, all right? So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a quick turn after 3 minutes. But of course, I'm gonna flip it back over. I like to turn it a couple of times while I'm cooking. Just make sure I don't burn one side too much. So I'm gonna give this a turn after 3 minutes. And we just wanna take some of that juice if we get some of it, and as much as we can. All right guys, so it's been 3 more minutes, so I'm gonna flip these babies over again. All right guys, so I'm gonna get this one last turn before I take them up out of here. Man, take a look at that. Man, this looks delicious. I'm gonna push it to the side like that. I wanna get some of these juices, and we just wanna baste it. All that juice that we got in here. Guys, take a look at that. Man, that looks good. So, it looks like we're ready. So what I'm gonna do now, we're gonna pull these babies out of here. I'm gonna sit them here on a plate, and we're gonna let them sit aside on the side. Let me pause our heat. And now we're gonna go to the next step. Let me sit this aside and I'll be right back. All right, so what we're gonna do now is go to the next step and prepare our lemon garlic butter sauce. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 2 tablespoons of butter. Now, we're gonna leave everything in the pan as is, and we're just gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter along with our garlic. And we're gonna add our lemon juice, our hot sauce, our Italian seasoning, some crushed red pepper flakes, and a little salt. And we're just gonna get that mixed around in here. All right, so we're gonna turn that down, and we're gonna let this cook for about a minute, get those ingredients all mixed together. All right guys, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add our other part of our parsley. This is 1/4 of a cup. We're gonna add that in here. We're gonna move that around like this. And now we're gonna add our pasta. And we're gonna get that pasta moved around in here, kind of like that. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna bring our patties back into the mix. And we're gonna let these babies heat up again for another about 2 to 3 minutes to kind of get them warm since we had them out of the shot. Add them in there like that. All right, guys, so we're gonna let this heat up about 1 minute in. Guys, take a look at that. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take some additional parsley that I have, sprinkle a little bit more over our pasta, a little bit here over our meat here, just to give it a little bit of color. And then what I'm gonna do to finish it off is take some crushed red pepper flakes also, And we're gonna dab them over the top too, just to add a little a nice little reddish color. Take some of that Parmesan cheese, and I'm just gonna drop it over our pasta just like that. I was about to say noodles, they are noodles, but you know what I'm talking about. And there you have it, guys. Cheesy garlic burgers. As I said, this is a meal for two. This is not hard to make. If you're trying to impress your significant other, this is something very easy, very quick, and it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg, but it tastes like $1,000,000, guys. I'm telling you, look at this, man. I'm telling you, juicy, 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 juicy. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get me some of this on a plate, and we're gonna test it out because we gotta get into quality control, and I'll be right back. All right, so now we are here for quality control, guys. You already know my favorite part of the video. Take a look at that. Our cheesy garlic burgers. Yes, yes. Guys, you know this is a dinner for two, so if you got somebody special, you want to make this for them, guys, they'll think you sweated in the kitchen, kind of like I did. Whew. So guys, let's go ahead and try this out. I'm gonna try the noodles first. Let's get into these. Let's taste these noodles first. Look at that. All the flavors. The lemon, the butter, the crushed red pepper flakes, the Italian seasonings, all meshing well in this right here. It's good. Let's try this. Let's try this. The meat. Ooh-wee. This is delicious. So as I mentioned, this is a dinner for two, guys. This is a new segment I'm gonna add to my channel. So if you're looking to impress that significant other, yes, you wanna tune in to these recipes I'm gonna show you. And I know you're probably saying, hey, it's a dinner for two, but you eating by yourself? Yeah, I'm eating by myself, but you don't know what I got right next to me. They just not on camera, all right? So we about to eat this dinner for two, and until then, I'm your cook, Spinelli. Oh, and pick up that ebook. Pick up that ebook, all right? allwingseverything.com, Down Home Foods, What I Learned in Alabama. You're gonna love it. So until then, I'm your cook, Spinelli, All Wings Everything, and yes, I am out. Peace.